What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Oakely Corner State Forest, US 5221. I figured I'd come back and do another Parks on the Air activation today. I'm at the spot where I do a lot of my activations, but if you watched my last video, they kind of trashed it. It's sort of up in behind my truck in here. I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to hike back in the woods here, back to where I did that activation from the bench that I found. I figured I'd film the walk-in too, because why not? It's 12, almost 12:40. Hoping the bands are gonna be okay. I'm probably just gonna work 20 and 15. I do have an antenna that'll do 40 also, although I don't think I'm gonna put it up unless I need to. So we'll be QRP today. We'll see how it goes. I checked the band conditions before I left the house, and they seemed fairly decent. So we will see. So we'll hike back up in here. Now, the interesting thing about this bench is it's on a trail that this doesn't really connect to. I don't want to walk down to where the trail goes because it's quite a ways. So I may end up having to kind of bushwhack through the woods a little bit to get there. Like climb over this big red pine that's down. So you'll see the trail kind of splits two ways here. One goes up that way, one goes up that way. If I go up this way, sort of go up through the woods, I can come back around to where the bench is. If I go up this way, there should be another trail that comes off on my left that'll take me up to where that bench is roughly. There's a good camping spot back here. It's back in there. You can't really see it, but there's a fire pit right in there. It's a good spot to camp back in there. We're gonna go up through here. It's a pretty cool day. It's September 8th. Woke up, it was only in the low 40s. It's maybe 60, which for September 8th around here is pretty cold. Normally September's a fairly warm month. So we're on a trail that's not really a trail. The other one that you saw runs up along there, and then, like I said, you can come back in through the woods this way to get where we're going to. But this should meet up with the trail where the bench is. It is a beautiful day, even though it's a little cool. Sun's out, it's a little breezy, but it's actually quite nice out here today. Might hike around a little bit after the fact. So this is the actual trail. So you can see the trail marker on the tree there. So this is the actual, oh, there's one too. This is the actual trail that the bench is on. You can see the bench up there. So last time I was here, we'll see how this works today. I put my antenna over that branch. I've got an Ed-Fed half wave with me today, and I have two, oh, I got a bug on my sleeve. I have two radiating elements for it. One 40 meter, one 20 meter. I probably won't run 40. Like I said, it's right 11:40, or sorry, 12:42 maybe. It's a little late in the day for 40 meters. So I'll probably try to put the 20 meter one up. So we'll go up, I'm gonna go up over that branch and down to the woods over there. We'll see how that works. So let me get my stuff unpacked here. I'm not gonna do that on camera because that takes a minute. So let me get my stuff all unpacked, and we'll be back in just a minute and take a look at my setup. Okay, we're back. So you can see my throw bag there on the ground, my fluorescent yellow line that runs up into the tree here. That might be a little hard to see because the sun is kind of behind the camera, so it might be a little bit of glare, but the antenna comes out of that branch and down. It's one of the nice things about a 20 meter end-fed half wave is it's only 32 and change feet long, right? The 40 meters, 66 feet long, and if I don't need it, that's a lot of antenna to string up. So you can see we're running the spark plug today. It's right there. So again, the antenna runs up over that branch and then down into the woods over there. So today we're going to be running the CFT-1 on the Tufton knee board. I'm running a little bitty lithium battery, little powered speaker. I'm running the N0SA SP-X key today. Oh, somebody just beeped on my frequency. That's all right. Not really my frequency, but you know. All right, so let me get the camera situated so you'll be able to see me. It's one of the hard things with running a knee board. It's getting the camera angle right so you guys can see what I'm doing. Beep. Sorry about my fingers in front of the camera. I'm trying to get things situated so you can see them. That I think will probably work. Once I get the knee board strapped on, I can take a look at the screen and make sure it's going to work. Let's see. Make sure there's nothing in front of the road here so that if people come down with bikes or whatever, they don't hit my antenna. We appear to be clear. Everything looks good. Okay. I did schedule this, so it should go live, although last time I did this, it didn't work. Someone just messaged me. Don't know who that was. Doesn't matter. All right. Let me get this strapped to my leg here. This is the precarious part till you get everything strapped on. So I can hear some clicking nearby, which means there's somebody near this frequency, just above or just below. This radio has like a 300 to 350 hertz filter, I forget which it is, and it's fixed. So, get these things out of my pocket, they're a little annoying. All right. Get you guys over here so you can see what I'm doing. I think that probably works. Make sure you can see, key out of the way here. Make sure you can see my log. Yep, I'm gonna turn you a little bit more so you can see a little bit better. There we go. I'm gonna pick you up a little higher, actually, I think. That's the hard part. Like I said, when you're working like this, it's hard to see in the camera to see what you're doing. Yeah, that looks about right. So it is 17:01 right now, so. Okay, we got a clear frequency, I do believe. I think everything's ready to go. So go ahead and call CQ. This radio's so nice because you've got all these memories right on the front. I'm actually going to open the menu and leave it on key speed so I can change that if I want to QRS for somebody. Don't appear to have hit the RBN yet. Give it a minute, see what happens here. Okay, we hit the RBN. We're getting out. Okay, not amazing, but okay. Let's make sure I actually got spotted on POTA. Yep. Oh, he faded. North Carolina. Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gotta get down to that line there. We are only running about 5 watts, so. .339, those are what I was expecting. That's 2. This one might be a little slow, right? Because it is the middle of the day, and I'm only running 5 watts. But I will take it. While I'm thinking about it, I'm going to take a picture of my setup here. It is windy today. So you look at my RBN spots, we're getting, you know, Chicago area, out to Kansas, down to Raleigh. Oh, this guy's really off. Hold on. He's so far off frequency, I can't. He's way off frequency. So you got to be careful with that, right? I say not to zero beat people. I don't know if you heard how far off he was, but the first time he called, he was just outside my filter. I could barely hear him. Like I said, this radio is a fixed 300 to 350 hertz filter, and he was just outside of that. I actually had to tune up to hear him. So be careful not tune it too far off, or you might be out of the station's filter. Those are what I expected, 429. Great call sign. N7 barbecue. What's that, 5? Yep. I figured this would be a little slower. That's okay. They're coming in. Woo! Wow, listen to him. Man, he was booming in. All right. 34 something R. Z. South Carolina. Maybe I'll just leave my key speed slow since I have to keep QRSing every time, which is fine. I have no problem slowing down. So we'll send it 20. I was sending it 24. We'll slow it down a little bit and see what happens. He's actually a 5.9. He's booming in now. Need 2 more. AF0E. Colorado. Getting bouncing. I've been rough on my keys lately, and I've been getting a lot of bouncing. That comes and goes. Sometimes I'm easy on them, sometimes I slap them. Lately I've been beating on my keys, at least in the field. In the shack I generally don't. I don't know why that is, but... N0SA. He faded. So you were number 10. Wow. Man, he is just booming in. Tennessee. That's 12. We'll call CQ a few more times, see what happens. It's crazy how strong some of those signals are and how weak some of them are. We might hop over. Maybe I'll hop over at 15 real quick, and just for giggles, see if we get any bites. Why not? Okay, let's QSY to 15. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's QSY to 15 meters. I'm still at 11.7 volts. These little itty bitty batteries, I mean, they're tiny, but this radio is pretty miserly when it comes to power consumption. So let's go ahead and hop over to 15 meters. So $21,066. You know what, just for giggles, since I did just make this antenna this morning, I did check this at home. Oh, sorry about blocking the camera. I did check this at home. My SWR is about the same on 20 as it was at home. It's about a 1.5, 1.6. 15 was even better, but I want to check it real quick and just make sure that everything looks good before I start calling CQ. This radio, the finals in this radio are extremely stout, so I'm not too worried about it. I think Jonathan said they can handle like 70 watts or some ridiculous number. So let's see, recall 21. And that is why we check. I'm at like a 2.5 to 1 SWR. Now, like I said, at home, it was fantastic. Here, it is not. I don't know why that is. If I go back over to 20, I was on 61 or something like that. It's about a 1.6 to 1 on 20 meters, but on 15, it's for some reason it's like, oops, throwing my nano VNA around, it's like 2.3 to 1. So we are not going to do 15. I don't know why that is. Like I said, it was beautiful at home, but that happens sometimes. And that's why I brought the nano VNA. Like I said, this is a brand new, I just caught this antenna this morning because I didn't want to have to put the whole 40 meter end fed up. So I guess what we'll do is we'll go back to 20. There's noise right on. Oh, duh. Can't hear anything because I don't have the antenna hooked up. I moved down a little bit. For some reason, there was a tone on that frequency. hard time sending for some reason. All right, I'm going to respot myself down 60.5. Respot myself. Okay, we'll call CQ a few more times, just for giggles. If we don't get any more. Man, sending horribly today. I'm going to tighten this up just a little bit. This key is a little bit loose. That's one of the cool things about this also, is it comes with its own wrench included. That's better. I can tighten it up on the fly. Somebody's in there. They're way down low. Well, we'll call CQ 1 or 2 more times. If we don't get any more bites, we don't get any more bites. I kind of wanted to go order 15, but like I said, I'm glad I checked that. All right, one more. Okay, let's go ahead and call QRT. Okay. Shut that guy off. Shut that guy off. Yeah, I mean, I kind of expected that to go the way it did. It wasn't super crazy pileups or anything, but we had a steady stream of calls coming in. Like I said, I kind of really wanted to get on 15, but I'm glad that I brought the Nano VNA with me and checked that antenna, because that was crazy high. Like I said, it was like 2.3, 2.4 to 1. I'm not gonna do that. So, yeah, all in all, successful activation. The CFT-1's a great little radio. One of the things that's nice about this radio that I don't know if you saw, you probably noticed, but I had that key speed open the whole time, and I was just changing it in real time to QRS. That's very hard to do on a lot of radios. Most of these little CW-only QRP radios, you can't do that with. So that's a really cool thing with this radio, is I can, from the menu, just change my key speeds in real time. And you heard me slow down many, many times during that activation. So that's really nice. I also really like the 4 memories on the front on this radio. I only used the 1 today. But I've got my CQs on this side, so I've got CQ SOTA, CQ POTA. I've got my Thank You in 73 and QRZ. So if I'm really banging through them, I can just hit the buttons. But yeah, fantastic radio. Got the job done. And like I said, I'm really glad I brought the Nano VNA along, and I'm really glad I checked that antenna, because that would have been ugly. So at any rate, everybody, that's another successful one in the books. I think I'm going to hike around a little bit because it's a gorgeous day. So with that being said, I really appreciate everybody watching. And as always, until next time, 7-3.